Hey, what's cracking?
Hey, what's cracking? You're here with Cracking Huevos with J and A. Today we're going to be cracking some real huevos. We're going to be talking about the huevos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, Jamie, do you like huevos?
Me personally, no, not anymore. I'm sorry, I retired. I hung that up, you know. But other labels, yes, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm in a same-sex relationship. What about? And I've been in my relationship for 12 years. What about you?
So I like men. I like men, and I've been married for what, 24? What's the appropriate term for that? What what
What do
is
you mean?
like a man and woman relationship? I know there's like a term for it.
You can say partner. I know the queer community, we were like partner because it was easier. I think when people are older, you say husband.
Hmm.
Is that what you mean? Husband,
Yeah, husband.
partner,
No, no, no.
significant
Like,
other?
you know how there's like heterosexual, I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. You're heterosexual couple.
and
Yeah,
yeah, is that the term for it? Is that the
I know
appropriate
there's
term?
probably newer terms. I mean, but you're in a yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little more complicated. But you're in a
Okay,
hetero.
okay.
You can just
I'm
say
married to a
hetero.
guy, okay?
Yeah, yeah. And I
I don't know
am
the proper
in
terms.
a relationship with a woman. Yeah, I know it's very difficult sometimes, but you're good. You're good. We're old school in some
Okay.
sense. We still
So I've been
respect the
married,
other terms.
yeah. So I've been married for 24 years. Uh no, no. I've been together with him for 24 years. I've been married 12 years with him, with the same person. Same dick since I was 14.
Same D. You know those banners? D for the rest of
Oh
my
yeah.
life. The same D for the rest of my life.
D for the rest of my life.
But it's okay,
And
Sometimes it's interesting, right? So I guess this topic today is talking
yeah,
about sex in our younger age, 20s, 18, 19, 20,
yeah.
18 and over, right? Versus sex in our 30s now. Without disclosing our age, I'm close to my mid 30s. I guess I am in my mid 30s.
Yeah. We're in our late 30s, girl. What you talking about? Mid
Stop.
30s. We're in our
Forever
late
mid 30s.
30s.
We are not 40. Not yet. You are. You had the birthday in January. I still have it till June.
Yeah, that's right. I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah.
After 35,
Yeah.
you're in your late 30s. It is what it is.
It is, it is. So you would say sex is
Uh-huh.
definitely different than when you were
Oh,
younger. What
yes.
was different for you?
Uh, even everything was different. Um, you know, the adventurous, like you were more adventurous when you were younger. You were careless. You had more fun with it. Even though now you could still have fun, I do still have fun, but
Hmm.
it's just more intentional, I guess you can say.
Hmm.
Um, which back then it was just like whenever we got the chance, whenever it was available, we did it. Now it's like available 24/7, but yet we don't do it 24/7.
Yeah. That young love. You're like, oh, you're not going anywhere. We're married. We'll schedule. We'll pencil you in
Yeah,
next week. No. But
yeah,
yeah, when you're
yeah.
young, it
Take a
is of
random jet, sir.
interest. You just have this high sex drive. It feels like that's one thing when you're younger. They say, "Oh, guys are always thinking about sex." Some women too, I'm sure. But then after a
Yeah,
while, you're like, let me see. What do I have tomorrow? Am I gonna be tired? Am I gonna be able to get through
yeah,
this tonight? Are we gonna schedule it?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, back then, you don't have your own place. Sometimes, depending on your parents, sometimes the boyfriends are not allowed to go over, or the girlfriends are not allowed to go over. So then you figure it out. Your
that's true.
adventures. You do it wherever you can, in the
Where
car,
is a
up in the
place? Yeah, what's
canyons.
the riskiest place for
I
you?
think the riskiest place. Honestly, I think the riskiest place was one time in his room.
Hmm.
But the
Oh,
mom
his
would always
parents
be
are
like,
home.
keep the door
Ooh.
open. Yeah. It was like, keep the door open. Little did they know that all we have to do is get away from the door.
They didn't walk by or
But
anything and check in on you.
uh, I don't think so. And if they did, they probably saw some butt cheeks, some nalgas up in the
Men are so like my brother had this too. Like, how can men or boys at the time have women in their or girls in their room, but then we couldn't
hmm
have boys in our room? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Double standard for
yeah.
sure. See, already setting us up
Well,
for
I know,
society.
yeah, I know my dad and my mom was like, no way. First of all, I mean, I didn't even have my own room, so it's not like I could just bring them over. But yeah,
But if you did, yeah. But
my
you
dad
have
was
two
anti.
girls.
Yeah,
Would you
no, if
have?
they start dating, I would not definitely.
Mm.
They'll be allowed to come over, but in the living room where I can see you.
Yeah. Okay. So the riskiest was in the room,
But
so you never
yeah,
got caught.
I never got caught, so I think that was the riskiest. Because I mean, I've done it like up in the canyons, in the car, and but we would hide ourselves where there was nobody, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was that was a risk, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the risk of a cop passing by was slim, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what we were talking about earlier. Like when you're young, you're like, let's do it in the car, let's do it at the beach, let's do it on camping, let's do it in the bathroom. When I used to go to the clubs a lot, I stopped one of my roommates because this girl, like, they were doing stuff in the dance floor, which was wild to me. And then the girl was trying to bring
Yeah,
her home, and I'm like, no, we don't even know you. What the heck? And first of all, you already
yeah,
told me who you are when you're not together and you're doing some stuff on the dance floor, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
risky, we don't think about that, how we can get charged with indecent, I think it's indecent exposure.
Yeah, of course not. We don't think about that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there's been times where they're like, "Oh, okay, you want to drive up?" And I'm like, "No, drive up to the canyon and what? No, we have our bedroom. We can do it here."
That's funny.
Now
But
it's like it's wild when, the kids are not home and you're like in the living room in the kitchen.
yeah, you have kids.
That's
I don't. I was
adventurous
looking at the
now.
exposure decency.
Yeah.
You you said what
I don't know.
now
It could
about the
be
kids?
different for other couples, because there's still some people that are like, wow, that's funny. They just don't care. They're in their 30s, 40s, 50s. There's
Mm-hmm.
some 70-year-olds
Hey, sex
that
does
don't give
not
a damn.
discriminate. Yeah, if
No,
you
it
can get it
doesn't.
on, get it on.
Get it on.
Yeah.
Hey, my mother always said, whether you're upset with your partner, don't ever be upset with the D because one
But I
day
know she
you're
didn't
just
say
not,
that
it's
in.
not going to be available.
Yeah, I know she didn't say that in English, and the reason why our name is Cracking Wavels with with A and J is because of our backgrounds. You know, Angelica
Yes.
and A and I met when we were in middle school, but they always all speak
Yeah.
Spanish.
You
So
want
how would
you
your
want me
mom
to
say
say
that?
in Spanish what she
Oh,
said?
yeah, what would your mom say in Spanish? Yeah.
My mom said, if you're ever upset with your husband, be upset with him, but never be upset with la verga, porque algún día no se le va a parar. So that means
Okay.
don't ever be upset with the dick because one day it's not going to get up anymore. And for what? So I was like, at first I was like, ew, mom. And then I thought about it. I
Hmm.
was like, she is right, because you could be upset with your partner and about some dumb shit, and then usually you're like, no, you're not getting any. And then you're like, but
Hmm.
I really wanted some, but I'm too fucking mad at you.
You can just be like, it's like when you're hangry and you get the food and you're
Yeah,
okay, get the sex. I'm still mad at you, but thank you for that. Thank you for your services.
yeah, but thank you. Thank you for satisfying me.
I'm a little happier, but I'm still mad about what happened.
Yeah, you're still a jerk, okay?
That's so funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's definitely definitely different. I have to plan out my positions. No, I'm just kidding. No, but my back always can lock up or something. Like for instance, I bought this massager, which is amazing off of TikTok. I know. I never
Mhm.
thought I'd be one of those people. But I don't know what happened. It messed me up. My back's like, oh, like so tense right now. So I think about that too. Like when I was young, we are in all these positions in the car, and I can't do that anymore. Like what the heck? And
Yeah, no.
mm-mm.
Now the panza's in the way. The panza's in the way. The beer bellies are in the way. The
Yeah,
fupas.
yeah,
You're like, oh, I used to be able to do that. Not no more. Now you got to tweak it a little bit
yeah, yeah.
and don't bend me so much because my back's
Oh.
gonna hurt.
You're gonna be like, "Are you gonna massage me tomorrow for the pain you put
Yeah.
me in?"
You're like, you want me to do what? No, shit, my neck hurt.
That's funny. Yeah, and especially if you get creative and you use other things in the bedroom. I think the thing about when you're younger, the sex drive is pretty high, so you don't have to incorporate. Some people do, as especially lesbians. We have this thing called backpack,
Yeah.
so you definitely do experiment and use those things.
Wait,
But when
wait,
you
wait.
get
What's this backpack?
you don't know what the
I've never
backpack
heard
is?
of this.
About to
Backpack.
educate some people on backpacks and lesbians. What
Yes,
do you think it
educate
is?
me, shit. I don't know. Wait, what did you say?
It's just like when a lesbian woman, some not
Mm-hmm.
all of them, go hang out with their partner. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to my partner's house, I'm gonna bring a backpack, and the backpack just is my
Oh,
things
the
that I
backpack. You
like
know what? We
to.
had the backpack too.
Yeah, some straight
The
couples have it
backpack has.
too.
Wait, you're talking about toys, right? The backpack has toys?
Yes,
Okay.
so it's
My
like
backpack had toys.
our equipment and our fun
Yeah.
things to make them interested. But when you're younger, you don't think about that. But I think some younger people do. But some hetero
Mhm.
couples use backpacks too. It's just a experiment.
Oh, yeah.
But
They're
when you're
needed.
older, you do
Because
more.
sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Sometimes what?
No, the backpacks are needed. Even, I don't care how happy you are with your husband. They're just needed
hmm
sometimes, you know?
hmm
Sometimes, the engine doesn't run as strong as you need it to.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're
And
older, you need to pump. You gotta fire up the engine in different ways,
yes,
like you said, right? Change those spark plugs.
thank God for these engineers that put these things together.
Yeah. So
It gave
when
us
you
some
were
power.
young, yeah, when you were young, what was one thing that you did to spice up your sex life?
I think that
Okay, what
the
about now?
backpack, yeah, still the backpack. um, yeah, I think back then it was more like trying it out, and now it's like, oh, I know what this does, and I know what this does, and I know what this is for. I'm
hmm
using it because why not?
hmm
You're telling me that if I can go, you can take me to level 5, but this thing can take me to level 10. Hell yeah, I'm gonna use it. Hell yeah,
Possibilities.
I'm gonna use it.
It's
Cause
just
me,
like,
baby,
yeah, yeah.
I take him to level 10
Take
without
you out of
anything.
space. Dang, level 10, not even outer space, the 20.
Outer space, I don't know, maybe I do. You know when those eyes go back? You know they're in outer space.
You're like, where are you? Are you leaving your body? Out of body experience.
Are you the exorcist? Ah,
You're possessed or something.
they're
You're like, oh, this is
possessed.
some good shit. Your eyes rolled back. Gotta expect this all the
You
time.
know, you know when the eyes roll back, you know they done their job, or you did their
hmm
job. The job done. The job got done.
Job is
Yeah.
done. So funny. Yeah, definitely. I think it's so different. I always see younger couples now. In my line of work, I always have to ask when I do intakes. I know these young kids, they know more than we know, but I always have to ask, are you sexually active? And they're like, ew, no. I'm like, I have to ask, believe it or not. But when we were young,
Hmm.
when we were in school, I think the nervousest thing we ever was worried about is like, oh my God, are they going to kiss me? And it's like a peck.
Yeah.
They're going to walk me home. Palms are getting sweaty, holding hands together, getting walked
Yeah.
home. We didn't have
Being
Uber back
scared that your
then.
parents didn't see you. Being
hmm
all scared. Drop me off right here because my dad's
Yeah.
gonna see you.
Yeah, back in the day when I dated guys, I had this guy walk me home, and I'm like, you gotta stop at the top of the street. My dad sees you, it's over. I would have to
Yeah.
pray for you, and I'd probably show up and, give my sorry, but I gave you a warning. Rest in
Yeah.
peace
You
to
whoop
your
our
soul.
asses.
hmm I know. It's interesting, though. So, dating when you're young and dating now and sex when you're young and sex now. Obviously, you and I are both, you're in a long term relationship. I mean, you're married, I'm in a long term relationship, and it's just different now. But do you ever wonder, like, am I missing out on something? Being with one person or
Yes.
being committed for so
Yes.
long?
Of
We're not
course. You're always
encouraging
gonna wonder.
adultery.
No,
Huh?
we're not encouraging adultery and we're not saying we're not happy with our partners. But yes, you wonder. And I don't care, like, people are just not honest sometimes. They'll be like, I never thought about, anything. No, yes, you do. You do think about it, maybe to yourself. You're just not vocal like us about
Mm-hmm.
it. But of course, I think about, oh, I wonder how this would have worked out, or I wonder how this would have tasted.
If you ever got divorced
Yeah,
or something happens, I love your partner. He's awesome. He's amazing. We don't want that. But would you be in the streets tearing it up?
hell yeah. I've always said it. And everybody that
Safe and
knows me,
protected. Mm-hmm.
yes, he even knows it. I've told him before. If we ever get separated or divorced, I'm gonna be the biggest hope. If you hear, oh, your mama out there wilding, uh-huh, I sure the fuck am. I'm gonna
Like, open
taste
their
the rainbow. I'm
books.
gonna taste some black ones, Asians,
No lie
white,
detected.
anything in the butt.
In the butt.
Anything in the book, I'm
Oh.
chasing it.
I thought you
Well,
said
actually, not
anything in the
anything in the
butt.
book. Oh, anything. Well, maybe,
You're just
Get the
open. You're
job
just
done.
open. Yeah, you're just open.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. I've been with the same one for forever, for
Mhm.
my whole life. Of
Yeah, you
course.
really are the
Yeah,
banner
yeah.
slogan. Same
I'm
D
gonna be in the
forever.
streets. I'm gonna be in the streets.
That's wild. Yeah.
What about
I
you? Will you be in the
um
streets?
yeah, definitely 100%.
Hell
I
yeah, we in the streets.
listen, I had my hoe days, whatever you want to call it. I'm not calling anyone a hoe. I'm just saying for myself, I have my hoe days. You know, we're not trying to get canceled. We're just trying to get started right now. But the thing is, if I've been with my partner for 12 years, I've been with guys and women. Um, I feel like honestly, I already told her if we ever separated or something, I would not get back. I will not date to get in a long term relationship. I would just be out there in the streets. The
Yeah,
streets will take me
same
back
here.
and just enjoy life.
Same
Because at
here.
this point, do I really want to put up with someone's bullshit at this age? No. Do I really
No,
want to accommodate with them? No. And that's okay. That's my
no,
preference. I don't want to get to know your
no.
whole life story.
Yeah, no. I just want to
Yeah.
get to your goodies for
Until
a
I
little
can't
bit, and
anymore.
then I'll drop your ass off wherever you
Hmm.
need to get dropped off.
Yeah. Yeah. And people always say, oh, you're going to be lonely. No, I'm not. I'm good.
No, there's
Yeah.
fucking dogs and cats and
Yeah.
for that shit.
I have two dogs and
We're
a
not gonna
cat.
be
Yeah,
lonely.
yeah. I love my partner, and we will make it to the
Yeah,
end. But you know, things happen. Anything can happen,
yeah,
and I always tell her too. If she loses me, date. Do whatever you want to do.
yeah,
If I die tomorrow, don't think about me. You got 30 something years. Keep going. You're good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or 40 years, I guess. If you know,
40.
however
Yeah,
long we
hopefully
live.
everybody has a long time. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
But our sex life is good. You know, I can't
you
complain.
know
I
what?
had.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why we already have somebody committed because
Yeah.
the Lord would know that we would be horrible.
They said we can't release y'all out there. We be
He said,
damage
"You
to
guys cannot
population.
be released."
And, you know, there are
Um,
people out there. I say I'm very sex positive, so if women want to have sex with many people, they can. If men, I don't care. Like I feel like it's your body. You do whatever. I just say make sure you get
yeah,
tested. You know, when I work with my
yeah,
people in my line of work, I always tell them like make sure that you get tested every 6 months, um,
yeah, yeah.
because it's scary out there too.
Obviously, we're gonna be protection.
Oh,
We're
for sure.
already
Yeah.
we know what's up. We know what's
Yeah.
up.
And it's beyond birth control. It's about diseases and all that shit. See, when you're
Diseases.
younger,
Yeah.
did you even think about that? Where you're like, oh, make it an STD.
No, you know what? I was very cautious. I mean, I was with him for 14, and I was not. We were not teen parents. And for
Hmm.
that, it's like a big accomplishment
Oh
for
yeah.
us because, come on, you would have thought that maybe at 16, 18 we would have been young parents, right? But no,
Hmm.
we were very careful. I've always been a cautious person, always thinking
Hmm.
of the what ifs. And yeah, I paid attention. I was like, nope, STDs, put a condom on, put a condom on, put a
Yeah.
condom on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
And
certain
then the whole
things
like
will.
I
Hmm.
yeah, even like I don't know. But yeah, man, in your 30s though,
Well, if you get a
you know,
disease, you know why. Then you know someone's
yeah,
stepping
you know
out.
why. That one's someone
Like
stepping
you
out.
don't just randomly get a. I
Hmm.
had someone I was working with, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I think we can get it from like the toilet seat or something." I'm like,
No.
I don't know. I mean, it depends which
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sounds like maybe he's cheating. No, I didn't say that, but
Yeah. Even if they're not cheating, I think the men's semen messes up with your pH balance.
oh, it does. It
So even if
does.
you're married, be like,
Hmm.
hey, homie, you gotta put a little condom on because you've been fucking up my system, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's needed
I can
sometimes
see that.
because
Hmm.
yeah, it does.
People don't
It
understand that
messes
for
it.
sure. Hmm.
Hmm. And it's not that they're cheating; it's just I don't know, the anatomy of the body.
Our bodies are different. Our pH balance is totally
Hmm.
different for sure. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was. I think that in the times I've always been perfect. I mean, perfect. Wow, protected. I'm not perfect, but
Hmm.
I did connect with this old high school boyfriend, and then we did our thing, whatever. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, man, I'm not. I think I had one scare once, but I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
good, like about being pregnant or something, and I was like, oh, this is wild. But now, for me, like that's because I was trying to prove something. I always knew I liked the women, but now I don't have to worry about getting pregnant. But we still got to be careful out there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get nothing.
Yeah. Of
I'm
course.
both faithful, but I'm just saying, people out there, it's just wild out there. If you date and you date on
Yeah.
these apps, just be safe, man, because
Yeah.
some
Just be
STDs don't
safe.
go away. Yeah.
They don't. They don't. They don't go away, even though there's medication, but they won't go away.
Mm-mm. What advice would
Yeah.
you give anyone who's looking forward to who wants to settle down and looking forward to a long term relationship and they're worried about their sex life? What would you say? What would you give them?
Mm, definitely like communication with your partner, like
Mm-hmm.
what they like, what you don't like. Um, and also, I mean, that little backpack full of inventory, that's what you need, you
To
know?
spice it up. Mm-hmm.
Yes, to spice it
For
up.
sure.
It's needed, man, because there's some days where you're up and there's some days where you're a little low, but those little battery operated devices, they'll wake your ass up in a minute.
I do, but also like if you want to connect with the partner with intimacy, you got to make sure you still show them
Yeah,
love. You can't just say, let's go in the bedroom."
yeah,
You gotta
yeah, yeah.
wine and dine them, right? What
Yeah,
do
wine
you
and dine
think
them.
wine and dine is for you or other people? What is wine and dining?
Wine and dine. Okay, so there could be like, okay, I need you to take me out on dating, right?
Hmm.
But sometimes even like, say you're say you don't have any for like whining and dining, but intimacy can start from like the day you wake up, just start like flirting with each other, maybe talking dirty to each other, texting dirty to each other. By the time they get home or you guys meet up or are in the same bedroom, then the whole day it has, you've been working it up. And then obviously touching, hugging, um, caressing, not just going straight to get the job done. Sometimes that's like, what the hell? What am I? Just a
Yeah,
pickup?
my partner.
Even though I
Well,
live with your
hopefully, I
ass
don't
and I
know
wash
if
your
she
chonies? No.
for real. She might see this. Oh my.
Uh-oh, we in trouble. We cracking some eggs today. We're cracking huevos.
No,
Spill it.
sorry, I was tensing
Crack
up.
that huevo.
No, she always say, you gotta warm me up first. Like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. You
I'm like,
gotta
okay.
get it ready. It just
Yeah,
doesn't,
but now it's a
the
joke. Yeah.
motors.
Gotta
It's a
warm up your
car. You gotta
car.
start it. You gotta
And we're
start it.
old.
You gotta let it warm up and room.
We're old now, so if you have, these
Yeah,
kids don't know anything now. They got their push start buttons. You do too. Push start
yeah.
button car, but your old car, like my older car, we gotta start it up, let it warm up for 20 minutes before it gets
Uh-huh. You
started.
got you gotta put some fucking oil up in them joints.
It'd be like,
Stretch a little.
15 minutes. Tell me when you're ready. I was kidding.
Yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely is different from when you're younger.
For sure.
Uh, but it can still be fun, adventurous. You know,
You
you
can,
just
yeah.
bump
Even
into
if you're
some little
dating,
challenges here and there.
yeah,
Huh?
upfront. Even if you're dating, upfront with your partner. Like you said, let
Yeah,
them know and don't do anything uncomfortable. Remember, no is no. But anyways,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna try every week or every 2 weeks. We're gonna have some topics, cracking huevos.
Hmm.
We might be actually be eating huevos.
Yep, we're gonna be cracking huevos.
Different
So if you guys
types of
have any
huevos.
topics and any topics that you guys, oh, this damn dog. No, it's my dog.
It's
Hold on.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so if you guys have any topics that you guys want us to discuss and talk about, let us know, comment, give us some feedback. This is our one of our first podcast recording. Um, and hope you guys stay tuned. We'll be
Yeah,
bringing some more cracking huevos.
for sure. Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah,
Flow with the breeze
yeah.
or whatever.
Peace out, yeah.